wander to England or France. You may like to gamble, you might like to dance. Maybe the heavyweight champion of the world. Maybe a socialite with a long string of pearls. Have to serve somebody. Have to serve somebody. It may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you'll have to serve somebody. Maybe a rock and roll addict prancing on the stage. They have drugs at your command, women in a cage. You may be a businessman or some high-degree thief. They may call you doctor, or they may call you chief, but you'll have to serve somebody. Have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. It may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you'll have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. You may be a straight trooper, maybe a young Turk, maybe the head of some big TV or network. You may be rich or poor, you may be blind or lame, maybe living in another country under another name, but you'll have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. It may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you'll have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Working on at home, maybe living in a mansion, you might live in a dome. You may own guns, you may even own tanks. You may be somebody's landlord, maybe even own banks, but you'll have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. It may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you'll have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Might like to wear cotton, might like to wear silk, might like to drink whiskey, might like to drink milk. You may be rich or poor, you may be blind or lame, maybe living in another country under another name, but you'll have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. Have to serve somebody. Serve somebody. It may be the devil, or it may be the Lord, but you'll have to serve somebody. Serve somebody.
The directness of helping other people, which is extraordinarily addictive or magnetic, or what is the term for that?
Dynamic.
No, it's
Attractive.
Yeah, Yeah, it is. Not the idea of doing it, but the actuality. Once you get into it, there's nothing much that feels like that. You can lose so much of your self-importance, of your self-absorption, if you find yourself in situations like that. And I have led people into those situations for some time. People become attracted to that, and people have in the history of my connection with people, and have decided that that's where they want to get off my boat, and that's really what they want to do. I am not necessarily putting it forth for that purpose, but I can see that people can get very attracted to that. There are several reasons that I put that forth doing that. One is because we are so definitely insulated from the pain of 95% of the people on the planet in terms of physical need and circumstance, that it's a distorted position to be an American, because our continent is insulated all over the place. Mm-hmm. Whereas, in Africa, you live someplace, they're all around you. In Asia, it's all around you. We have these big oceans, we have what we have, and it's very insulating, and we feel that insulation. That's a distorted position to feel. It's a protection that is artificial, because it's dependent on where we were born, not what we are. So there's a seeing ourselves as we are, seeing things as they are, in being able to travel and see circumstances like that. There's also the idea of triangulation, is that you can't really make the assessment of what it means to have good fortune and what good fortune is for, unless you can see it from a few different places. If you take a wealthy person and you say, "What do you think about being wealthy?" They think, well, if they're smug, they'll think, "Well, I deserve it." If they're not, they think, "Well, I'm lucky." But they don't have the triangulation where they see the responsibility that brings them. And we are wealthy in so many ways, but we don't feel the responsibility that it brings us. And also we don't see that sharing the wealth that we have, whether in a Western sense, that is not the only way that we can share our wealth. We can share it with the people around us in the terms of everything that you know in the moment that you know it and somebody else doesn't. So this dynamic that I've encouraged, which has those two razor blade edges and is so easily misused, has a half a dozen reasons of value. And I didn't always do that. I was an adventure traveler. I was a mountaineer. I was an adventure traveler. I did the Himalayas. I did the Andes. I did, that was my view. And there are people in this group that I've known for a long time that were part of that adventure travel with me for some years. But about 20 years ago, I discovered, in all these things, we would always bring a little something. We'd bring a little magic show. We'd bring some medicine to give away. We'd do some things. But never really dedicated the trips their essence to that undertaking. And then we took the trip 20 years ago to Thailand for that purpose. Initiated by Tish and Renee, or whoever it was that initiated it, and because it was not my way. It's not something that I was familiar with. I could not have introduced it, but the minute I heard it, I knew that we're supposed to be trying this. But I didn't know what it would yield, and I discovered what it would yield. So all our major expeditions after that involved that component. Because I see it as difficult to replace